Good morning, students. Today we'll discuss about commerce. Okay. So first of all, you should know that the commerce can be classified into two types, or you can say there are the two types of commerce. That is trade and trade and auxiliaries to trade. Okay, means we can divide commerce into two parts. That is trade and auxiliary to trade. First of all, what is trade? Trade is actually selling and purchasing of goods and services. So trade refers to buying and selling of goods and services with profit motive. It involves exchange of goods and services between buyers and sellers. Means goods and services are exchanged between buyers and sellers. And suppose you are purchasing something, so you are paying for a particular product and you are getting that product. So you are actually, this is the exchange of goods and exchange of currency. So trade is what trade refers to buying and selling of goods and services with a profit motive, or you can say it involves the exchange of goods and services between the buyers and sellers. Okay. Now the types of trade. Trade can be classified into two types, that is internal trade and external trade. Okay. So what is internal trade? Actually the trade which takes place between the geographical boundaries of a country, that is called internal trade. Okay. So internal trade, also called home trade or domestic trade or inline trade. These are the other names of internal trade. The trade done within the geographical boundaries of one country is called home trade. Both seller and buyer belong to the same country. Okay, ऐसा नहीं है कि one person is from other country. So both the seller and the buyer should belong to the one country. Okay, and now internal trade can be divided into two broad categories. We further classified this internal trade into two categories, that is wholesale trade and retail trade. When the goods and services are bought and sold in large quantities in bulk, that is called wholesale trade, and the person who carries on that business is called wholesaler. When goods are purchased and sold in bulk quantities is called wholesale trade. A wholesaler buys large quantity of goods directly from manufacturer. Producer store it in a large godowns and sells these goods in smaller quantities to the retailers. Okay, means the person, a person who's doing a business in selling and purchasing of goods in a large quantity is a wholesaler, and that type of business is wholesale business. Okay. The retailer, when goods are purchased and sold in comparatively smaller quantities is called retail trade. Okay, when goods are sold and purchased in small quantities, that is called retail. Means the person who carries on that business is called retailer. Retailer purchases the goods from wholesaler and sell it to the ultimate consumer. Okay. Now external trade. When the trade is done beyond the geographical boundaries of a country, that is called external trade. In this type of trade, two or more than two countries should be involved. Okay, so external trade is also called international trade or foreign trade. It refers to the buying and selling of goods and services between people or organization belong to the different countries. Example also given here. For example, trade between the traders of India and Canada is external trade. Means there should be involvement of at least two countries. Okay. External trade can be classified into three broad categories. So we can further classify this external trade into three types. That is import trade. It means buying of goods from foreign countries. Import. You all know what is import. When we purchase goods from other countries, that is called import. Okay. For example, India buys petrol from Iran. And export trade, it means selling of goods to foreign countries. For example, India exports tea to United Kingdom. Okay, export means selling of goods to other countries. Then interport trade or re-export trade, as the name indicates itself, re-export means buying, that is importing of goods from one country for the purpose of selling, that is called exporting. these goods to other countries. Means if a country is purchasing, means importing goods from one country for not its own consumption but to sell it to the other countries by making some small changes or like it as it is. Okay, so this is called entreport or re-export trade. Okay. Now the auxiliaries to trade. Activities that help in the smooth flow of trade are called auxiliaries or aids to trade. Means all the activities which are very helpful in doing the business, like transport, insurance, banking, warehousing, advertising, etc. All actually are regarded as auxiliaries to trade. These activities help in removing the various hindrances appearing in the way of trade. Okay. One by one we will discuss how a particular auxiliary remove the hindrance of trade. Transport and communication. Generally goods are manufactured at a particular location, whereas these are demanded in different parts of the country. The hindrance of place is eliminated by transport. Okay, suppose one product is manufactured in a particular place and it's not that it will be used in that place only. No, it can be delivered at every place, not in India but also all over the world. Okay, so this problem of consuming the goods is removed by the transportation. Okay, next is banking and finance. Fund are required for formation, operation and development of business enterprise. देखिए, you all know that without finance, without capital, without investment, no business can run. So sometimes an entrepreneur wants to start a business but he is lacking some money. So from where he will get that? Obviously from the banks or the financial institutions who provide loans to the business. So the banking system has removed this problem, the problem of funding. Okay, just as blood is essential for human body, similarly finance is indispensable for performing business activities. Finance is the backbone of business activities. Cannot be undertaken unless funds are available. Okay, so in short you can say that this banking branch of commerce, so you can say the banking and the financial institutions, that they have removed the hindrance of this financing. Okay, now insurance. Business entails several types of risk, that is fire, theft, death, natural calamities. There are so many types of risks are there in the business, and these risks can be covered by insurance. Means a businessman is getting some loss by this fire, theft or death or natural calamities. So these risks can be covered by insurance. Means insurance company bears these type of risks, and for this the businessman has to pay some amount, that is called the premium. Okay, next is warehouse. Generally there is a time gap between the manufacturing and the consumption of goods. Okay, means you have produced the goods today and it is not that it will be consumed on the same day. So we will keep this goods will be kept in the warehouse. Okay, so warehouse performs a very important role by providing preservation to the goods. Okay, next is advertising. Advertising is one of the important tools of sales promotion. Today the role of advertising is very important. When a product is launched in the market, nobody knows about it. How they will know? They will only know with the help of this advertisement. अगर कंपनी एडवर्टाइजमेंट नहीं करेगी, कोई नहीं जानेगा उस प्रोडक्ट के बारे में. तो एडवर्टाइजमेंट एक्चुअली plays a very important role in the promotion of sales. ठीक, so these are the auxiliaries to trade. In the next video we'll discuss the functions of commerce. Okay, thank you बच्चों.